Yo, 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 what's up, what's up, what's up with it, ladies and gentlemen? What it do, what it do? Good evening. Man, this is your host, Musa Azakar, and doing it once again, doing it well. You feel me? You already know, man. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You'll be notified every time your boy drop content. Man, I believe I came to the conclusion about your boy. He is an arrogant individual. Wow. I mean, boy, did y'all hear the comment that LeBron made? No, not the one, not two, not three, not four, not five. No, not that. It's not I'm the best basketball player in the world, period. Not that. My man said his last two championships was not the hardest in his career, not in his career, but of NBA history. Did y'all hear me? Not in his career, but in NBA history. The two titles that he won. I guess he was recalling taking that one from Golden State when it was up 3-1. Bruh, you can say the Draymond Green thing had an effect on him, but I can say something else had an effect on him, which is really facts. You go look at Harrison Barnes play. That's why they lost. That's why they lost. They were leaving that boy alone on the island, and dude couldn't hit shit. He didn't get resigned, did he? So that's one. And this so-called bubble, man, dude, you only had the people in probably Los Angeles watching the damn finals. The motherfucker sucked. It was like it was wrecked basketball. Even players in the league even talk about that. But these are the best in NBA history finals. I mean, Patrick and the Hakeem Olajuwon game 7, they had ratings like a motherfucker. I don't know the numbers, but I bet it was better than your shit. I mean, real talk. They banged. Hell, you can go with the Utah series to Jordan, even though it was back to back. But you had some drama in it. Shit it was appealing to the eye. I mean, dude, and I can tell you another good series too. Detroit and LA with Rasheed Wallace and then Kobe and Shaq. Because everybody just knew the Lakers was gonna win it. What happened? That was a great fight. It was better than your shit. I ain't hating on y'all. I'm just talking facts. I'm gonna go ahead and do this copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Yeah, man. And y'all know I don't care too much for Stephen A. Smith. But Stephen A. Smith cooked. He got on his walk on ESPN and he cooked. And I'm going to play this audio for y'all. I hope y'all like it. Get your popcorn and smell what Azakar's cooking.
I thought that initially he said that it was the two hardest championships in his career. So I apologize for that, Max and Charlie. I was under the impression he was talking about two of his four championships. For some reason, I went deaf. I didn't hear him say the two hardest championships in NBA history. With all due respect to the great LeBron James, I think that's one of the most ignorant statements that have ever come out of his mouth. Let's take into account the San Antonio Spurs in 2014 when they went up against Dallas, when they had to go up against OKC with KD and Russell Westbrook, and then they had to go up against Miami for crying out loud. And then not only that, they had Dame and those boys in the second round. Let's look at the 2011 Dallas Mavericks that were underdogs in every series. Let's look at the Houston Rockets in 1995 and how they were underdogs and they were a sixth seed and they ultimately advanced to the finals and swept Shaq and Penny and those boys. Let's take those things into consideration. But more importantly than anything else, the reason why I use such a strong word like ignorant, especially, and I would usually never associate such a thing with the brilliance of a LeBron James. Sir, what about Bill Russell? You know, one of my boys pointed that out to me yesterday. I didn't see the text until this morning. But Bill Russell won championships in an era when Medgar Evers and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X were assassinated. Bill Russell.
Now he's talking about the mental part, as far as if you want to go there with the bubble mental. No, this is a whole different mental. Real talk. Real talk. Man, Steve A is really cooking on this. It's just the league just bow down to LeBron James, man.
Player, coach, and won back-to-back titles. Bill Russell was a black man playing in Boston and had to endure all the things that he endured in order to win. How can you sit up there and know anything about your history, which I know LeBron knows because he's a savant, and just forget that part? I don't see how you can do that when you talk about your championships and how difficult. Now, if you were just talking about on the court, I guess you could say it's debatable, even though I would beg to differ. But when you talk about just the toughest championships because you want to bring COVID-19 into the equation, Max, or something like that, I just don't know how you can ignore the trials and tribulations that Bill Russell had to endure en route to capturing a championship. That's why he's considered the ultimate champion. Not just because of the 11 he has. It's because of the duress and the circumstances under which he captured them. And they far exceeded the challenges that LeBron James just went through with COVID-19.
Well, I mean, look, LeBron is he's changing definitions midstream. Number one, I can understand if he says the championship against the Warriors was the toughest. 73-win team, that's the all-time record. They were down 3-1, and obviously they have to play the last game on the road. And it was a tight game, and they held the Warriors, the great.
Once again, I told y'all the reason why they lost to Harrison Barnes.
Scored offense ever to that point in history, to 0 points over the last 4 minutes and change of that game. Stephen A., you and I saw each other at that finals game. We were there and witnessed history that night. So I understand him saying that. And I understand him saying that being in the bubble he felt, or others, players he may have talked to felt, was the most stressful or something like that. But it can't be the hardest in the bubble if you win 3-1, 3-1, 4-1, 4-1, 4-2. You know, they never got extended 7. They only got extended 6 against the Heat. And I'm sure it was taxing emotionally. But that goes for every single person in the bubble. And if everyone's taxed the same way, then no one has a disadvantage. In that way, it's not the hardest. It can't be. It may feel really tough. I get that. But he's really talking about two different things. As far as you're talking about Bill Russell's performances as a player coach in trying times is concerned, I agree with that. Also, you might point to the Knicks in 1969, 1970, who, without Willis Reed, remember he limps onto the court, he hits a jump shot, but Walt Frazier had to go crazy in that series in order for the Knicks to win in 7 games against the Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor team, right? Like you could point that there are series throughout history that compare to how difficult it was for LeBron in Golden State. And while no one had ever played in a bubble before this past season, the Lakers weren't the only team to do it. In fact, every other team in the bubble had to experience that. So that's my beef with LeBron. He's playing a little fast and loose with definitions, you kind of implicitly.
Well, LeBron Dog Pound, you didn't win that battle right there. And yeah, y'all won a championship, but guess what? Ain't nobody really even. Lakers were champs. Lakers were champs. Yeah, Lakers were champs. All right, all right. Next season in a week and a half. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, be notified. Peace to the Bala Half Group.